that one guy's gonna come in hot.
You what?
I feel like he's gonna come in hot if he's
he
here.
Does, yeah.
What's the problem? That you guys can't be here. You're trespassing. You guys already destroyed that.
We didn't do that.
But you were here earlier, and you were told to leave, and you came back again. Leave now. Leave now. I'm not coming down. If I have a heart attack because of this machine goes off, it's your fault.
In front of the camera. Yeah, this is the first full length Huff's doing. I still enjoy a full length, but like I can see why it doesn't make sense if you're running a company.
You know, you say full length and then people just think like, you know, it's 3 to 5 years, ton of money. And it was definitely like something we had, you know, always had on the radar, and it's just paying attention for the right time where it seemed possible.
To hear that it was actually happening was like, dude, this is gonna be really good. Everyone on the team is a really dope skater, and I don't know, I'm excited for it.
I feel like maybe initially we didn't even think the video was going to be the size that it's going to be, but like so-and-so starts filming a part and then, I don't know, it starts to like avalanche into like, you know, the whole team is filming parts, and like, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the whole team will be in the video. The team riders that are coming through on this project, I would say, are Cyrus Bennett, Brad Cromer, Dick Rizzo, and a couple more that I don't want to mention right now. Leave it mysterious. I don't know how it works with other teams, but like I'm a firm believer in the best stuff happens at home, and I think people look the best filming skateboarding where they live. We kind of have team riders at every corner of the United States.
It's pretty spread out, which is cool to see skating in everyone's hometowns. Like Rizzo and Cyrus's stuff in New York that they filmed is pretty sick.
I love like going on skate trips and filming in other cities, but for this I definitely wanted it to be like around like my home, just like around New York. Going out with Jeff a bunch. Cyrus, Caleb, Brad used to live in New York, now he doesn't, but
I moved back to Florida February 2022, so I've been here just a little bit over a year. It does feel nice to be home. There's a sense of like comfortability, familiar streets and familiar spots. I always knew that I worked best in familiar places to myself and like my hometown. I was like super excited to move back because of that. I just want to like, I don't know, like show Miami, you know, for what it is now and the spots we have and all that. Yeah, it was great having the team in town. Literally had like specific spots for specific people, like, oh, I think Sam might like this thing, or like, Rizzo, check this thing out. Like you could jam off this thing to grind or whatever it was. I really like the way he goes about skating and filming. Super creative. Dude, even at Blue Hubba, the coolest thing, Rizzo just rolled up and like, I think he 50 or 5-0'd the hubba and then like cut around the corner and then hit that bank ledge. How long's that hubba been around? I haven't seen anyone hit the hubba and then that. Just to put the two together, so cool.
I love how Miami is for skateboarding and how it looks in footage. It doesn't really look like any other place in the country, but at the same time, it still like is like an East Coast city that like it translates.
Cyrus really shined in Miami. This was kind of like the first like trip we've done with Cyrus. I didn't realize like how much he skates. He's like nonstop, like battles every trick until he can't skate anymore.
Favorite part about making a video, I mean, going on trips and getting to do that is definitely one of the best parts. Like, we end up skating like all day. Like Miami was 12-hour skate days every day. That's the one common thing that everyone shares, is that everyone is just like wants to skate a lot and nobody's complaining, everyone gets along, we're all fucking around with each other the whole time. Like it's definitely a good vibe on those trips. So yeah, I wish we did like more trips for this video. I'm like do way better on trips than at home for sure. LA's just tapped. Just spots are dust, everyone's doing everything. Having to build shit behind my house to make it work. Yeah, I think that spot just came from like desperation, I guess. It was just like, oh, it'd be cool if we could just skate right here. Me and my homie Jared just figured one day we'd just start trying to build it, and it took a while, but it was like our first one, so we didn't really know exactly what we were doing.
This is the real satisfying shit, dude. When you said taste it, I was like, bro, I wasn't gonna say it, but it does look really good.
I think it turned out pretty good. People have been skating it, so it was getting hit hard for like a couple weeks, so I think it turned out good. People will skate anything in LA though. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking piece of shit on the ground, they'll skate it. Least favorite part about making a video is the last month of filming for that video. Like right now, it sucks. Just trying to land stuff and not landing stuff. I'm like just trying to get a couple last things if I can squeeze them in there. It'll probably end up filming like until like a week before it comes out. It's always kind of what happens.
It's been good. I kind of like started filming for it later than a lot of other people, but it's been good. I don't know. You kind of just work with whatever time you got and do whatever you feel like is your best, and then that's all you can do.
Skating, I guess, around LA, like spots by my house. Most of it's filmed with Tyler Smolinski.
How'd I describe Smo? He's picking up on like lots of stuff all the time that other people are not noticing. It's just like American Beauty style, filming the bag floating around like in the corner or some shit. It's cool. He's like the dark artist homie.
You'll see B-roll from something and you're like, dude, when did you film that? Like, were you up at 6 a.m. or like, he's like lurking in the shadows the whole time and like just killing it without us knowing.
He's a bit of an overachiever at times. He shoots so much stuff. The camera's always rolling, whether we're going to dinner or whatever. And yeah, we're definitely buying a lot of hard drives. Yeah.
I have like 2.5 hours, I think, in my timeline right now of film. I'm a crazy person. I'm at a decent place right now for the time I have left, but I'll definitely be working on it every day until probably the premiere. With the video, I hope it's a video you can watch more than once. That's my goal with it, and I hope it's a video that like Keith would have thought was cool.
You know, everything is obviously for Keith, Pablo, Dylan, you know, team riders that we've lost in the past.
I think we're calling it forever. Yeah.
I think it's just keeping Keith's legacy going, and this is just something that we want to do forever, so I think that's kind of just part of it.
I think he'd be proud of this one.